Hello everyone, this is xBIGALSKIx,
And this is JTB.
and this is my quest for 50 million on Ninja Gaiden Black, Master Mission Mode, Farming, Descent of the Fiends, Phase 2. Now, whenever I got my average on this, it was before I think Dark Hazuki came up with the strategy to get the Berserker kind of stuck by where the little steps are and stairs. So at least my average was a little bit lower because I never could duplicate that. But here, just start out and you can charge the UT, and after that, get the ogre to jump.
Yeah, it's pretty much. Yeah, I was gonna say it's pretty much you just like you really just want him to jump at you, and that's the only attack you're really concerned with at this point because you have the a fiend and a berserker, I think, like behind you, like where the camera's not pointing, and if you get those guys on screen, like they're just not gonna let you charge at all.
Yeah, and you really they can still wander onto the screen. I mean, that happened to me quite a few times. And the other part of this is, oops, there's the phone ringing. Hold on. Okay,
so
sorry about that.
I was going to say, this ogre's not being very cooperative here. Like,
well, that was something too that I was going to give myself, like, and see, I dogged it right there. I wasn't expecting to do it back to back, but because he started jumping a few more times, I decided to go ahead and keep this run to just really kind of practice the run. But one thing you can't do, like right now I have my block on, right there. And whenever he jumps, you can't roll jump. You have to just actually jump.
Yeah,
because if you roll jump, you won't have time to fully charge a UT. So that messed me up a little bit because I'm so used to roll jumping out of the way.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I'm going to practice it because I've had it where I've got my UTs in like 70 seconds whenever I kill them.
Yeah. It really depends like on how much they cooperate. Is it Abysmal Lair Phase 3 where you've got the ogres in the sewer? Like it's kind of the same there. Like a big part of your score there is your time. It's really annoying you can get a really good start and then like the last ogre just won't let you get the UT, and he's just like ticking that time away, and like every single second is points off your final score.
See, that's one reason why I decided to keep it, because it happens so much. And also, if you jump towards the drawbridge and hit it, you'll come down with the Y, but if you jump to the left or right there of where I'm standing, it's like the wall isn't there, so you can just on landing Y and charge. You're not gonna like hit the wall. So after you get the ogre down, you want to focus on these guys. But again, I noticed where that berserker is, so I try to kind of stay away from him. We've talked about this all the time with camera control, and once he does his flame attack right there, you're going to have a chance to fully charge. Same thing with the, what are the other ones called? These are the red dragons, but what are the other ones called?
I always just called them magma fiends because in NGO4 like you get them in the lava.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to note here, like if he does that, like you can actually get really lucky on that attack where they spin towards you. Sometimes only the first hit of the nunchuck UT will connect, like they'll just kind of spin right through it, which is for points is kind of really good because you only hit like that first hit of the UT. And if you get lucky with that, like you can get an extra 2 or 3 UTs out of these fiends, but there's no way to really, control them to do that move. But it really does make a big difference to your points if they like blast past you and you only connect that first hit a couple of times on them. You will get like an extra 2 or 3 UTs, especially on these guys because these guys have quite a bit more health from them, right?
Well, that right there, me jumping away and running up the steps and everything, shows you that no matter where I'm at, I cannot run straight. So that is going to hurt me later on. Because what you want to do is this little corner right in between where I was and the dragon, right there in the corner, right up the steps there to the left. That's where you want to be to start farming berserkers. And going back to what I had said at the beginning, is the average that I have, that strategy really wasn't found at that point. It was basically just UT all the enemies and then kill the berserkers, and hopefully you could throw in a UT or an ET on the berserker as much as possible.
I don't know if you can remember, but I want to make a point. Make sure, even though all the essence is, you know, obviously essential, but the magma fiends, if I remember rightly, aren't they worth like 7,000 when killed with the UT? Like, they're worth a ton of money, if I remember rightly. And I'm trying to think when the essence was figured out, because I know when I first started playing mission mode, I had no idea that the amount of essence you had, like, equated to score, and it's stacked throughout the multipliers. No doubt we've gone over this before, but you get a multiplier just on the base essence as well, but then you get the difficulty multiplier on top of that. So on Master Ninja, you know, whatever your essence is multiplied by 5, and that is added to your score. So early on, when people, you know, were, say, using essence for UTs rather than collecting it, on missions like these, you know, if you end up with, like, say, 40, 50,000 essence, you know, it really propelled scores, like, really, really high when people figured that out.
Right. And if you notice, the last time I jumped off to the left, and I didn't hit the drawbridge, so I could just come down and land. But the time before that, I hit the drawbridge, and I came down like you would have to do with the Ys. So that kind of messes me up a little bit. So if you want to jump, you definitely want to see, like, right there.
Yeah.
I didn't hit the top or the middle of the drawbridge. That's the reason I could just regular land and start charging. Whereas if I had hit the drawbridge, I wouldn't have been able to charge. You would have wall cleaned a little bit, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and if you're going to go for points and that happens, you know, as long as you don't take too much hits, like, you can just kind of take the hit, you know, if you've got a really good run going. And this is one of those runs where the varying health on the enemies just can really be the difference between, you know, getting the record and not getting it. For example, on the ogres, if every ogre lets you get, like, 1 extra UT, I believe there's 3 ogres in the mission.
No, there's 2.
Oh, is there just 2?
Yeah.
But then, like, one of the magma fiends lets you get an extra UT. If you get, like, 4 or 5 extra UTs, you know, that's a lot of points on your end score. And sometimes, you know, you'll kill an ogre in, like, 6. I've had them die in 6 UTs before. And
right.
I've just thought, like, what is that? You know,
and I was able to get 8 on the first one, which is another reason why I kept that. Even though my time was a little slow at first, I knew getting that extra UT would help later on that I wouldn't have to get. And like JTB said, always use the benediction to collect the essence.
Yeah, because that gives you a 20% multiplier. I'm trying to think. I swear I've had an ogre take 10 nunchuck UTs before, and I think I don't think it's been full. I think it's been like on the Descent of the Fiends 1, where you're hitting them like 5 or 6 times. Yeah, I think they can take up to 11. I'd have to like double check, because it's been so long since I've done like any ogre missions for Karma. But the inconsistent health has always been like a really big pet peeve. Berserkers are the same too. Like sometimes when you farm Berserkers for like heavy weapon UTs, sometimes, more often than not, 6 will always take them out, but sometimes they take 7. And you think that 7th UT is actually really good. You know, you want those extra points, but you can't, you know, always get it. So,
well, you know, also, whenever I was fighting the ogre, I was always running to the drawbridge area as close as I could get. So when I jumped out, I wouldn't be that far out from where the ogre was. Because if you end up jumping the wrong way and you get real close to the berserker, you know, they're going to come to you just like you did a while ago. I was lucky I was able to get an ET off, and that didn't bother me at all, because to me, as bad as I am, and you'll see it, because everything looks great right now. It looks like I know what I'm doing. But as usual, you're going to see my, you know, the problems that I have with movement, and it's, you know, it's just going to reiterate people to get into those good habits right now. Look at them, I got them on both sides.
Yeah, you got both the berserker. Like, you just think, excuse me, gentlemen, would you mind leaving me alone? Like,
right.
Like, go away.
I said, you know what? I'm going to try to take care of one if I possibly can. While I know the Red Dragon is at another location. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. But of course, the comes
He
in.
just runs right.
Yeah. So here we go.
What a... just... What a rude person. I mean, what is he doing? Does he not know what's going on here?
Well, are you talking about me?
Yeah, the Fiend.
So all of this,
He does it again.
Kel's videos, Kel's able to farm all the berserkers. Wow, I got lucky there.
Oh, that was nice. That was
Well,
nice.
hey, like I said, there's nothing wrong with getting a little lucky.
Yep.
And I'm trying to get my X+A on him to, you know, kind of control the fight.
Nice.
But, so I think, I don't know if it was him or the other one, but anyway, so there's potentially 5 or 6 UTs I lost based on not being able to get him stuck. Or knowing how to get them stuck in a proper way.
Yeah.
And that right there is... Now the good part about it is I only have 2 berserkers now. But if you can have good camera control, then you should be okay. But, you know, that's the other part of it. And also when that second ogre came up, I was fortunate that he came over to this area. Sometimes trying to get them over there is pretty tough.
Yeah, they won't always cooperate. Like, berserkers... When berserkers kind of get both on screen together, they tend to want to stay together, you know? Like, they'll keep as a pair, and splitting them up can be quite tricky.
See, I just can't roll where I need to go. So here I'm okay. And it's like, this is all you have to do.
I mean, yeah, it is.
To get into that corner right there. I mean, that's it. You would think it would be easy. Yep. And now I'm getting stuck in this corner, and I flip, and now I don't know where I'm going. I'm trying to get in this corner, and I missed my roll, so now I got to start over. So let me try it again.
It's also worth noting as well, sometimes the berserkers, you see where he's stuck right now? I remember I've lost runs to them literally just being stuck there for like 20 seconds.
That changed my whole run right there, missing that.
Yeah.
Because now I can't seem to get back where I need to get. See, I'm not getting in that corner, and then I released when I didn't have to release, but now I'm starting to panic a little bit. But if y'all get a chance, in the channel section of my video, I have everybody's pretty much a good Ninja Gaiden player, and I have a lot of their videos, and Kel's on there. And Kel just jumps on his head and then roll jumps into that corner every time, so he's able to get all 50 of his UTs. And you know, I just not being able to do that has just hurt me. So instead of health, I decided to, you know, go ahead and get a UT, because I figured the UT would be worth more points versus the health I would have gotten back.
Oh yeah, it is. We probably said it in another video over the years, but I think if I remember rightly, a full health bar is, I think, 7,200 points before the multiplier. So, you know, even full health, it's not even 20,000 points. You know, whereas a single UT is 12,500. So, and you're going to save time on charging that UT. I can't remember what seconds are worth off the top of my head, but I know that's written down somewhere. So, you know, if you look at like charging a UT, if it takes you say 10 seconds to set up that UT and charge it and connect it, then that blue orb saves you, 10 seconds of time on the score as well.
See, now I'm just, you know what? I'm not even going to try this. I've died a couple times. I just want to get over it now and see what my score is.
Yeah.
So I know that my average on this isn't high compared to Dark Azuki, and congrats on him for coming up with that hiding strategy. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was him who came up with that, right?
Yeah, I think it was in his the video. I don't have the video anymore, but he made a video years ago. It was just kind of a compilation of ways to, like, kind of reasonably easy to increase your score, and the strategies he showed in that video are still kind of the backbone of a lot of missions today. His Descent of the Fiends 1 strategy. It's been tweaked and improved on, but the core strategy is still the same as that video.
Was that him or was that Fat Man? I don't know why I thought that was Fat Man who did that one, but you know what video was lost, speaking of Descent of the Fiends 1, which I always thought was a fun watch, was Fat Man getting 999 hits with the flails on the cats, juggling the cats. up in the air. Did you ever see
Yeah.
that one?
Yeah, it is.
that-
And that's one of those things as well that looks really easy, but it's really not.
Right.
Yeah, because how you do it is you counter, and if I remember rightly, you just do like XX, 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 XX.
Yeah.
But if you're off by even a split second, they'll hit the floor, and then that's it. So
Right.
to keep that up for, what'd you get, like 4 hits at a time? So to keep that up for how long he does is really, really cool.
But going back to this real quick, so obviously there's a lot of room for improvement. I did have a couple instances where I was able to show where the farming spot was for the berserkers, and that's just a matter of practice. So I knew that because my average was low, as you can see, it's 869, and the strategies that Dark Hazuki showed wasn't known at that time, so I knew I didn't have to go all out on the berserkers. That's the reason I was just trying to get some ETs here and there right at the very end. But again, I know I could go through, and if I well, I don't want to say that because I'm not going to do it. I don't want to practice, trying to get into that corner for, 50 or 60,000 points. That's one of those things that's not worth it to me. But I think that's it. It's always collect the essence. Do not roll jump after the ogre jumps at you. Just jump out of the way. And that was something, again, I had to get used to because I'm always having that block, and it's easy to just push the thumbstick and jump. Whereas you would have to release the block, push the thumbstick, and jump in order not to roll jump so you could charge. So that took me a couple tries too when you're not used to that stuff. So any new players that are out here, watch JTB, watch Godfather, watch Kel, and watch their control. And that's what you want to strive to get. And it'll make this game a lot more easier.
And watch xBIGALSKI's videos.
Oh.
Don't. I'll say it. And watch xBIGALSKI's videos. Come on.
Well, watch me for what not to do. Watch theirs for what to do. We'll leave it at that. But y'all take care, and we'll see you in the next one.
Take care, everybody.